Before talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, please know that in these video blogs, I do not provide scriptural references. I post my work on YouTube, Facebook, and MySpace, but it is only on MySpace where, along with the video blog, I supply the text, including scriptural references. My last video blog was about Christian homophobia, wherein I presented 3 revelations that I know from past experience that many do not believe are true. Because those revelations are critical, I would like to take this opportunity to repeat them and tell you their scriptural references. Firstly, sin is relative. Romans chapter 14, verse 14. Secondly, adult consensual fornication is not a sin upon others, but if anything, a sin upon one's own temple or being. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. And lastly, it is not the act itself that determines sin, but rather our hearts and motivations in the matter. Matthew chapter 15, verses 17 through 20. Now, about Sodom and Gomorrah. A city is only as holy or unholy as the people in it. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is about twin cities lost in sin or selfishness, but among its citizens is one family not lost in selfishness, Lot's family, including Lot's wife, sons, daughters, and sons-in-law. The sins of Sodom and Gomorrah are so off the charts that God sends 2 angels in the image of men to assess the corruption. When these angels arrive, they go to stay with Lot and his family, and the men of the city come to Lot's home wanting to meet these 2 new visitors so they can know them or have sex with them. Corporate Christianity widely teaches that the story of Sodom and Gomorrah is about homosexuality. That is incorrect. Scripture is not firstly a literal message, but a spiritual one. The 2 new visitors to Sodom were not men of human flesh, but angels, and the reason why the men of Sodom desired these visitors was for their quote-unquote strange flesh, referring to their uncorrupted nature. The desire of the men of Sodom was not homosexuality, but to corrupt the uncorrupted Spirit of God. If the sin of Sodom was homosexuality, then why hadn't the men of Sodom ever forced sex upon Lot or his sons or sons-in-law? Because they were not uncorrupted like the 2 visitors of strange flesh. The crime of the Sodomites is their desire to propagate selfishness, to corrupt the uncorrupted. The prophet Ezekiel is told by God that the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah are pride, wealth, inhospitality, inhumanity, greed, and laziness. God makes no mention of homosexuality. There are so many loving, wonderful gays. History is filled with intelligent, talented, and brave homosexuals, including Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Walt Whitman, Susan B. Anthony, Tchaikovsky, Oscar Wilde, Gertrude Stein, Cole Porter, Tennessee Williams, Leonard Bernstein, Janis Joplin, Harvey Milk, and one of the heroes of Flight 93 on September 11th, Mark Bingham. I hope for a day when one's sexuality will be a non-issue and the bullying and persecuting and hating will stop. Thank you.